Hi everybody, this is Jack, the founder of ChitChat. In this first tutorial video, I'm going to show you everything you need to get started. Creating an account in ChitChat is easy. From the home page, click the I'm a Teacher button to get started. We use nicknames like Mr. Smith or Miss Jones instead of having you post your full name around the internet. This is especially important for your students, who should always avoid giving out identifying information about themselves online. You must provide a valid email address, which will confirm with a registration email when you're done setting up your account. Enter the name of one class to start off with. You can always add more later. Most teachers won't want to get too specific here. For example, if you teach 3 sections of Freshman English, just make one class called Freshman English. Select an icon to represent your discipline, fill out the rest of the form, and click Let's Get Started. Your teacher space on ChitChat gives you a basic profile and links to your individual class pages. Depending on how you want to use ChitChat, you can think of this as the front area for your class websites, a social network profile, or both. Click the Build Your Profile button to get started. Tell everyone a little about yourself and check some boxes to let us know what you teach. This information will show up on your profile, but it will also help us label your content effectively and make it easier for you to find teaching materials relevant to your needs. When you're done filling out your profile, hit Save. Click on the link to the class you created, and you'll be taken to the homepage for that class. Try clicking the Add Class Info button, and you'll see a field that lets you type some basic information about your class. Some teachers will use this space to describe the class, but it's even better as a place to either link to a syllabus post or to post information about upcoming assignments so that your students can always figure out what's due next. Each class also has an alerting system. You can use this merely as a way to display important notes front and center, but you can also click to activate a subscription system that will let students or parents sign up to receive these alerts by email. Our flashcards are an easy way for you to provide your students with the best possible study tools. Instead of handing out a list of vocabulary words, telling your students to learn elemental properties and abbreviations from the periodic table, or giving them historical facts to memorize, we'll take the same list of items and automatically turn it into an interactive deck of flashcards. Most importantly, we do 3 things you can't find anywhere else. First, we automatically collect and analyze the usage data for your students, showing you performance graphs and trouble areas so you can diagnose and address problems and always make sure your students are learning everything they need to before they score poorly on a test. Second, we generate multiple choice options intelligently, making our flashcards more flexible than other systems and tougher to simply guess randomly at. Third, for math teachers, you can enter wildcards that will randomly generate new problems for you, saving you the time involved in writing loads of practice problems yourself. Click the Make Flashcards link and you'll be brought to the flashcards creation screen. You must fill out a title and description for the deck of flashcards you're making. The flashcards themselves are pretty easy. The term column contains one side of the card and the definition column the other. I'm going to type in my cards, select the right post icon, and hit Save. You can play flashcards in either multiple choice or fill in the blank modes. Once you've played for a while, try refreshing the page and you'll see some pretty neat stuff. Here are my stats, showing a time series plot of my percentage scores, my overall averages, and when I click the Details button, I'll see each card I guessed wrong on, including my incorrect guess. When you post flashcards for your students, you'll see all this information for each one of them, which helps you figure out who needs help, what the toughest areas are, and maybe even help you figure out what the specific problem is that's causing students to guess something wrong. You can also see a graph showing the overall scores on each card across all of your students, so that you know what materials you might need to spend more time teaching. We have another post that explains all the ins and outs of making flashcards, but here are a few things every teacher should know. First, the definitions field is wider than the term field for a reason. When playing flashcards in fill-in-the-blank mode, you're asked to type in the term. That should tell you that you want to keep the terms on your flashcards relatively short and simple. If you make them hard to type, then even students who know the right answer might score poorly because of simple formatting or syntax errors. For example, if you're making foreign language flashcards, using accents will make it harder for students to answer correctly. Don't be afraid to use sentences with blanks for a set of historical facts so that your students don't have to wonder whether they're supposed to type the Code of Hammurabi or Hammurabi's Code. Tell students what they're supposed to be guessing so they don't have to figure it out with wrong guesses and ruin their averages in the process. All of this will help make sure the data we collect accurately reflects your students' knowledge, which will in turn make it easier for you to figure out where they need the most help. Second, a lot of you may want to import cards from another list. We have a way for you to do this. You just need to format them with a colon in between the terms and definitions and a line break between each pair. If you have a lot of data and it's not formatted correctly, see our detailed flashcard posts for some tips on how to convert it to the right format. Our rich text editor has a variety of features covered in depth in our help section. However, since most of you will start off by uploading content from an existing document, I'll show you the easiest way to do that. Start off by copying from the source, such as this Word document, and then click the Paste as Plain Text button. Paste your content in, make any minor formatting adjustments, and don't forget a title and any citation information. Then, select the class pages you want the entry to show up in. When you're ready, change the status from Draft to Publish, and then hit Save. This is what a post on ChitChat looks like when it's published. At the top, you'll see the post's title, icon, extra stats including the number of teachers who have assigned it, and a green button you can click to change the class settings. Down at the bottom, you'll see comments to the post, and the section where student responses to the post will show up. Now that you've got ChitChat set up, what do your students do with it? Start off by directing them to your ChitChat URL, which is chitchat/your email address. That URL will always take students directly to your dashboard. Now that the student is there, let's say their homework today is to complete the lab experiment we posted earlier and submit their report through ChitChat. All they do is view the post, click the respond link, make an account if they haven't made one yet, type their report in, and when they're all finished, they'll hit submit. If they don't change the status to publish, the post will remain as an editable draft rather than be submitted to you. Now we're logged back in as Doc Brown. At the bottom of the lab, we see all student submissions lined up in order by submission date. When we click into them, we can view the submission, but it's more than just a post. Clicking in the text opens a pop-up that lets you write in comments just like you would with a red pen, like so. Here it is from a student's view. You can also enter a grade, and when you're done, clicking the green button will email a copy of the graded work out to the student and allow them to see all the feedback in their ChitChat account. That's it for this tutorial, so you can go get started. For more help, you can always check our YouTube videos for other tutorials or view the help documentation on the right side of every page.